Whoa! Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon. It's definitely afternoon. Really hard to justify. It's still morning. Welcome, everyone. Predictions up. Thank you, El. Thank you, Aegis. Thank you, Batter, for all the subs before we started. Getting close to a year for both of you. Are we all ready? All ready for a big day of OWCS action. And what better way to start than to do my pick'ems? Because I have to do my pick'ems, because if I don't do it now, one day, Arthur, one day. If I don't do it now, I will just forget, okay? So let's lock the heck in. This button, let's get some background music. Background music. I feel like my camera's 2 pixels too high. We will be teaming up with Backbone. Maybe we're already connected. You can see below, maybe. But, oh no. Thank you, Ymir.
Relegation.
2 relegation? No. They will hold strong. Or more importantly, I don't think Vision are going to win any games this week. All right. Speaking of which, first prediction. Twister's minds against Vision. All right. So Vision are good for their one, right? I think, but I'm TM 3-1 pilled here. Hey, Hulk Cream Puff. I see YouTube chat. I'm paying attention. Genji versus Peps. It's a sweep. It's a sweep. Virtus Pro. Another Virtus Pro sweep. We're in sweep central here, I think. Even though these games, there's upsets on paper here, but I'm a sweep believer. It could be, yeah, like EMEA could be super interesting, but I think we're actually in a sweep world. Oh, thank you, Dr. Wilbo, giving out 2 gifts. That's, of course, exclamation mark SAS. Get yourself that Rainy Day Tracer skin. If you want the Rainy Day Tracer skin, all you need to do, give 2 subs or be a first-time sub, depending on, you know, your previous allegiances to me. Let's see. Ooh. Do Peps get a map if Zodial's in? I think it's obviously going to be closer, but I think even with Zodial in 3-0. I don't know, to be fair, if Zodial will play or not today. Hopefully he can play, because Peps are certainly a better team when he's in. But, you know how it is. All right, Peps and Sakura. Come on, Peps will be good for this. Oh, thank you, Trekkers Max.
Man, here I'm getting boned for supporting you in the past.
What do you mean you're getting boned? Why are you getting boned? Oh, I see what you mean. Yep, I've clocked it out now. Yeah, it's actually better for new viewers. Thank you. I'm going to say this one wrong for sure. Discred error? Discreed error? I'm close. I've got a good feeling. If you have wrist problems in esports, you're just fucked for the season. Right. Yes. Wait, let me... So, I used to play TF2 with a man named Cadus. Cadus was one of the best. I'll take close. I used to play TF2. If you didn't know, I used to play TF2 with a man named Cadus. Cadus was one of the best players in the world. Like, honestly, I'm sure at some point on the stream we'll watch some of his old frag videos, because the stuff he did, incredible. One of the best there ever was, but he had severe wrist pain through lots of it. And the problem is, for where you fix wrist pain, when you've got quite severe wrist pain, is you stop doing activities that cause you wrist pain. You know, it's normally RSI or something like that. Thank you, Fitch. Meta? I'll get to your question. But the way to fix it is to stop. And not just stop or like cut back, but to stop. Cadus obviously wanted to keep playing because he was a very successful player, enjoyed the game a lot. But every time he would play, it would become harder and harder to manage. He had to go for a long period not playing to get it into a more sustainable stage. But it's a really hard one to recover from. These problems are often they're not like an injury you might maybe have in football, where they pull a certain muscle or even break a bone or something. But then once it's healed, they can get back to full fitness and just be fine for years to come. I think wrist pain is a really difficult one to come back from. So a lot of sympathy for Exodial here managing a difficult situation. He's clearly a very talented player, a very young player as well, and having to suffer through what is unfortunately probably going to be an ongoing issue throughout all of his career. So yeah, really tough situation. What's meta? Most of the same things. I think we might see a bit more Farah. We might see... I don't know the exact name of the injury, but it's some type of wrist injury. Maybe someone in chat has like the exact terminology. But yeah, a tough one. Meta-wise, I think it's not Mercy. Meta-wise, I think we're going to probably something quite similar to what we've seen. Maybe Ball's a little bit better, but come on, guys, we're in EMEA, so I don't think we're going to see too much Ball. A lot of the same thing. Ram's still viable. Diva's still viable. What was good on maps before is good still. We might see a little bit more Farah. we might see a little bit more sim, maybe on like Lijiang Tower, stuff like this. Tendonitis, thank you, Carrot Cave. Zodial was wrong with the ongoing injury here. Fargo. But yeah, so I think a lot of the same things in meta. If it's good on a map before, it's still good on a map now, you know? I think perks improve heroes. I'm going to try and close my points while we do. While perks have made heroes stronger, I think what's still more important than what perks you have or what perks heroes have is good comps on good maps. These are still more important than all of that. All right, let me finish my pick'ems, and then we'll lock in. I have to do NA as well because I'll forget later. If I don't do it now, I'll forget later. All right, Ultimates versus Genji. It's a free one. Ultimates could win, but it's just hard to bet against the form Genji are in right now. Vision versus Virtus Pro. I think VP don't even drop a map to these guys. Then TU versus Twisted Minds. Oh, I think it's a dogfight. I think it's a dogfight. Honestly, I think TU can do it. Maybe that's a hot take, but I think TU can do it. They can do it. All right, good. All right, EMEA locked in. North America should be simpler until we get to Sunday. Timeless, I think they drop. Oh, they don't lose. I think they drop a map, but they don't lose. Rad versus Nightmare. Nightmare sweep. Liquid versus Avidity. Liquid sweep. Rad versus Amplify. Amplify are good for their 1, but Rad will come on top. SSG versus Shikigami. Easy 3-0, non-sponsored opinion. Did I show you my new hoodie, by the way? It reminded me I have a sponsorship. Nightmare versus Liquid. This one's really tight, actually. I think Liquid edge it, though. SSG versus Timeless. These two other tough ones. These two other tough ones to even get the team right, let alone the scoreline. SSG get it, but it's close. I'm predicting a banger Sunday. All right, locking it. Locking it. Oh, thank you, Go and Rome. Let me show you my hoodie. Oh, should I put it on? It's actually a zip-up hoodie. It's the only zip-up hoodie I own, I think. So I'm actually quite happy to have a zip-up hoodie. SSG, little logo on the wrist. Okay. I actually like it quite a lot. Very happy with all the SSG merch I've been sent so far. I'm not just saying that because I have to, but but I actually really like them. How are Korea games? Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Oh. Hashtag ad. Yep. It's disclosed. It's a paid sponsorship stream. But it's still, it can be, both things can be true, guys. Both things can be true. All right, should we go speak to Jamie? Where is he? Oh, thank you, Zero Kelvin. 2 community gifts as well. Thank you very much. You're getting yourself a Rainy Day Tracer skin. Let me go find out if Jamie has the Rainy Day Tracer skin. Easy for me to say. Rainy Day Tracer skin. Rainy Day Tracer skin. Thank you, Banter Life, as well. Another 2. People want this Rainy Day Tracer skin.
You can say that they haven't been underperforming. I think there's definitely teams in EU that can do well and beat VP. Like, VP aren't just such a good team that they're never going to lose a map all season, you know? That's not how it works. It's just when it happens. That's the problem with being on top. It's not an if you fall off, it's a when. You know, it can be a while, but it's always a when. Will there be Chinese teams online? Yeah, I think so.
I must get the best emote back. The chair.
I believe so.
Evening, Jamie.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good.
What are you?
Fuck you, Chris.
Huh? Oh wait, hold on. I've got to do the streamer thing. Thank you, Zimzif, for 11 months. Thank you, Big Arms Jacob, for the gift to CommanderXV. Shout out to everyone who got their Rainy Day Tracer skin. Have you got your Rainy Day Tracer skin yet, Jamie?
No, I haven't actually.
You
Maybe you got yours. Maybe we can give each other skin for skin.
Skin for skin. A bit of skin on skin act, yeah. Yeah, I'm a bit of I buy into the eye for an eye type logic here, so I'm happy to do skin for skin as well. Thank you, Ayura, as well for the 5 gifted. Very much. You're gonna get yourself 2.5 skins.
I stupidly haven't made it so people can hear you, so let me just do that real quick, I guess.
That seems reasonable. Yeah.
A smart thing to do.
Thank you,
I could just have you muted. That works.
For the gift to Marcus Rashford 69, which I can only presume is the real Marcus Rashford.
All right, we should be able to hear Xavier now.
Hello, hello.
Fortunately or unfortunately, depending on your view on it.
Right, let me crank you a little bit. Where are we on the clean feed?
I think
You actually asked me a question before I got lost in rainy day tracer situation.
Oh yeah, Pick'ems.
Pick'ems, yes. Yeah, I don't know if I've gone for any like crazy hot takes. Maybe I've gone because you have to do the entire weekend in one, so I've had to sort of, cast my mind forward. I went TU over TM in a 3-2, that's maybe like the biggest take.
Can I hit you with a potentially bigger take?
Go on.
I'm an OWCS believer today.
No way.
I think they can do it.
Nope.
I think they can do it. I think it's going to be a dogfight.
My prediction: 3-0 VP for that one. I locked it in.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be 3-0. I wouldn't be surprised if VP win, but I don't think it's 3-0. And I also wouldn't be surprised if OWCS managed to get the dub.
No, I can't see it. I can't see it. I think they're good, but I think VP right now, just top form, hard to bet against.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's fair. But I don't know. Like I think I'm like assuming that it's not too different, which I'm pretty sure it isn't. Like meta wise, like this like Torp flank style that OWCS are doing with Ziad on Diva. Like I actually think that's actually like ideal comp for them. Checkmate gets stupid value on the flanks. Landon on Juno has been playing fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like Ziad is just a monster on Diva. So like maybe with the bans and shit, I probably still think that VP probably will win, but I think it should be a dogfight actually. I think if it's not a dogfight, then OWCS have fumbled the ball a little bit. I can't lie.
Thank you, Didi, for the 13 months. Fuck, people are getting up to 13 months now.
Thank you, Sunk Shark, for the 2 gifted, getting your SAS skin.
Don't call it the SAS skin. That makes it sound like it's a skin sponsored by the military. Get your RAF skin right now.
It is.
Yeah. Next time the UK go to war, they're all going to be wearing all the soldiers in rainy day tracer skins. Yes.
More importantly, as well, this lets me say that and not just listen to X say it. So, X has to listen to me fake chat instead. I am sneezing for England today, by the way. So I'm gonna do my best to mute for your sake. But I've been counting. I think I'm at like 47 sneezes today now.
47? That's pretty good.
Yeah. And I've only been awake like 5 hours. So
that's actually an incredibly high rate of sneezes per hour.
Yeah.
SBH? Yeah, that's really high.
I just heard a streamer notification noise that I've never heard before. So I think I just got something, but I have no idea what it was.
You get that checked out.
I'm such a good streamer, actually. It's insane.
That's all right. Sometimes my stream just makes noises and I just roll with the punches now,
I didn't even know I had a thing that made that noise, but thanks for whoever that was and why, I guess.
Oh. Thank you, Artemis, for the gifted tier 1 to backbon_OW. Oh,
wait, that's me.
That's you. Maybe that was the noise.
Was that what the noise was?
Could have been. To answer your question, Jack Todd, yes, perks are in. To answer Banterlife's question, will we be able to see him on the hero bars? No. When we're on POV, it'll be bottom right. But so we're just gonna have to, take a player at a time. Thank you as well, Artemis, for the gift to Banterlife. So yeah, we're gonna have to just take it as it comes. I think for the most part, though, the way I feel about perks is like when me and Unto were casting this morning, they're still like low down the priority, right? Like if people have player advantage, if people have ult advantage, these are the more defining things in the fight, The perks lead into all of that.
Juby, thanks for the gifted sub to Commandeer. I don't know that one. 10? Commandeer 10, yeah. Roman numeral.
My favourite one is my friend, actually spoke about it already, Cadus, I was going to play TF2 with him, would call me Commander Kiss. As if it was just a little X at the end of a message.
I don't think I'll ever not think of you as Charles Xavier.
No?
X-Man, Professor X.
Never heard of him.
What do you mean you've never heard of him?
No. What's he a professor of?
The mutants and shit. He's the professor of the school. I just heard the noise again, but then it cut itself off, so I'm not sure what it is. Do you have your third bowl of cereal for the day? I think so. That's what I do personally.
You only eating cereal?
No, someone in my chat said, "Do I have my third bowl of cereal for the day?"
Oh, I
So
see.
why not?
They're consulting you for nutritional advice.
Yeah. Anyway, look at me. I'm the guy to ask for nutritional advice.
It's a classic do as I say, not as I do situation here. Yeah, you should really up your protein intake. I'm gonna have some more cereal.
I'm gonna go get some McDonald's, but you get some steak in here. Get that protein.
Which EMEA game is the upset most likely today? I don't know. Maybe it is still the Alcacer one. I feel like.
Would game 3 be an upset either way? Really? Like Genji Peps?
I think Genji are heavy favorites for that. I think there's the Zodial factor, right? Whether he's able to play or not, which will be obviously without him, it's no go for Peps. But even with Zodial, I think Genji look good right now. So I'm a Genji believer, regardless of Zodial's being there or not being there.
My problem with I don't know. My problem with TU and TM being so shit is that they should both be better than VP and Genji. I feel, like pre-season before seeing them shit the bed. I was looking at the rosters and it's like this should be they should be the top two. I had VP and like TU sharing second, but I don't know.
I think VP are good for it. I think they're like because the meta's not really shifted that heavily, I think they're still getting away with playing a lot of their own comps. They're competitive enough on any of the normal problem maps. You think Virtus Pro last year would it be like, now we're going to Gibraltar, so I guess you've just lost by a country mile. That doesn't really feel true with this reincarnation.
Yeah, EXO has been playing ranked today. That's a good point. EXO's been playing ranked like all day today.
That's a good
presumably he's playing.
Yeah, I don't really know the extent of it either, because obviously we saw last week where he like played one game then couldn't play the other.
Right?
But he like also took a map off, so I don't know if there's an element of like the kind of same thing you'd almost like in traditional sports where you talk about like managing these minutes right now in terms of like put him in for the bigger games, for harder games. Obviously they kind of only got 2 hard games this week, but
who's their second game?
I've forgotten it now.
Yeah, I put you on the spot.
Oh no, wait, no, I lied actually. Sakura the next game. Oh yeah, 100%. I reckon he plays all of today.
Surely,
try not to.
Surely you don't play him against Sakura.
That would be my guess if he's not able to play like a whole weekend of action. I guess today is the big one for him, and then I think Ken and Soon will get him past Sakura, which seems a really reasonable decision.
Yeah. Someone in my chat said it's a coach gap because apparently top 3 is all Korean coaches.
Ooh.
Thoughts on that? Can I be Genji? Week 1, some of the shit cross he was making them do was the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
Comp decisions, dodgy ban.
It was like Chris at the beginning of season 5, like Zarya and Gibraltar levels of bad. Okay? Like, I was so confused what I was watching. Was this last week? Yeah.
Last week, but we go straight into playoffs as well. Like, the regional playoffs happen, I think, immediately
like straight, or as in they start next week?
I think start next week.
Gotcha.
As in, there's
not like a week break, yeah.
Yeah, March the 1st is the first one, which, if I know how a calendar works, is next Saturday. So when we go to regional playoffs, I don't know if this is true for Korea, maybe it's not, but for NA and EMEA, certainly, it goes to Saturday and Sunday only for games.
Gotcha. You know who I actually think's been pretty disappointing? Sakura. I think Sakura has... Because they're finishing bottom at this point, aren't they? Because they lost division.
They're going to come last because they played now on week 1 and they lost. Was it 3-2 maybe in the end or something?
Yeah, I've watched the Sakura games, and when they're actually playing the game and have an idea of what they're doing, they're good enough to not get relegated. They're better than TM's been over the weeks. I know. I think so. When they're actually playing a comp, they understand that when they're on their Hazard, Social, and Tracer stuff, and they're not just running around like headless chickens. Like I watched, I think I can't remember who it was against VP, where they pick Numbani and then they don't ban Torb or something. They roll out on the Hazard, they see that they have Torb and just go back and swap and get full health because they have no idea how to play the game.
They've got small team syndrome, where basically whenever they feel like stuff isn't going their way, which will be a lot if you're one of the weaker teams in the top 8, which is true, right? But top 8 is still top 8. But what happens is they start losing on a comp. Sometimes just because the other team have really good players and they're playing well. Whoa, thank you, 5 Citrus, for the 5 community gifted. Rainy Day Tracer for you. Congratulations, everyone.
SAS. My uncle was in the SAS.
But what happens is they're losing. not maybe just because they made, like, you lose fights, right? Even if you're a good team, you lose fights.
Yeah.
If you're against a strong team, you're going to lose more fights. And then they feel like they need to mirror. But all of the times I see situations where, like, they're playing VP and they're in, like, a Sig mirror against Vestler and, like, a Poke mirror. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you're cooked. You can't, like,
Yeah.
if you end up in this mirror, you're at such a disadvantage. And I think it's, like, it's a trait that lots of underdog teams have. This is why in any region, the top teams normally get to set the meta. If it's a classic, can't beat them, join them.
Join them. Yeah.
And I think that happens to
I
them
think
a
if
lot.
they were willing to just force the Hazard comp, like fuck the bans, just ignore it the best you can, right? Obviously, if Hazard gets banned, just spin
Very
off the
hard to
map.
ignore. Yeah.
But they've looked so competitive on the Hazard comps at times. Actually, like they've been so good at times. Like they narrowly lost to TU when it was the Hazard mirror. Like the rest of the series, they just got like fucked on dive. You know. They did well map 1 against VP from what I remember on the Hazard mirror as well. But
Yeah.
I could see a third. If I don't know. I'm actually such an Alcazia head today.
Oh,
I
yeah?
actually am.
I don't know.
I
Thank
actually
you,
am.
Septic, for the 8 months.
Oh. I don't know. Maybe if they're swapped too much on the comps, I'll think differently. But I think Ziad has actually been the best diva in the region.
Ooh.
I think he has. He's been fucking insane. I'm just here hitting you with every single controversial take I have, but like I struggle to think of anyone that I feel like has performed better on Diva so far this
Yeah, because people are saying
you know?
over Vestler, which seems like the obvious go-to, but he's also not played as much Diva.
Yeah, he's not really been playing Diva, you know? Like, if Vest was on Diva the entire time as well, do I think he'd be better? Yeah, probably. But he's not been, so, yeah, irrelevant.
Ooh. Moat asks, Yubi said they changed the playoffs from the 5th and 6th will go to loser bracket immediately. Yeah, so yeah. I don't know if they've changed it or if it was just, the plan was always this way and people just presumed differently, because I certainly presumed differently at least. But now what happens in playoffs is what I originally thought was going to happen is 1 and 2 skip the first round and go straight into the upper semi-finals. Whereas now what happens is the top 4 teams go into the upper bracket semis.
Yeah, there you go.
And then
they're listening to you. I don't know if you're looking at the clean stream right now, but they're literally listening.
Are they actually?
To you.
Same page?
Yeah,
all right. I'll use their graphic then since they've got it up. Cheers, guys. Thank you. Cheers. So yeah, same page here. So top 4 teams go into the upper bracket. The 5th and 6th team will start in the lower bracket, which means they have 1 less life. So it's actually getting top 4 is massive. Really massive.
It means the middle of the pack means more, you know? Like
yeah.
Oh.
And it looks like the way they've got this listed as well with seeds 3/4 means I guess seed 1 gets to pick their opponent out of 3/4 as well.
That makes sense, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, it's reasonable because as soon as you don't give them like a round skip, it feels like you need to reward the team that finished top in a different way for their achievements.
If not, 1st and 2nd would be... You'd end up with at least in one tournament this year, where finishing 2nd would put you against a weaker team than finishing 1st.
Yeah.
You know, and it would feel really bad.
Well, there's all
like, if VP went undefeated, but then they had to play a better team than like Gen G did, for instance, it'd be really annoying.
When there's all these weird situations, let's say VP and Gen G finish top, as I guess probably feels like the most likely situation based on like recent results and stuff. Gen G, all of a sudden, if TU or TM sneak in, because I think both of these teams are actually, they're trending up. They've gone quite far down, so it's still quite low, but they are trending up, I think, both of them. That actually... all of a sudden, if like Peps or if it's like Peps and let's say Peps and TM get it or something, all of a sudden will be like Virtus Pro are playing Peps, and then Gen G finish 2nd, but they've got to play like a trending up TM in their first game or something of playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, I if I was in VP shoes and I got to pick between TM and Peps, I'm definitely picking Peps. You know, like even if TM's been playing bad, like you've got to respect the fact that they're able to turn it round. You know, like I mean, obviously, like the scrims and I don't know. I think that usually happens with these playoff situations is that usually name value actually means more than current form when it comes to the team picking. Like, if you look at one team and you think the players are scarier, even if they're playing worse than the other option, I feel like most teams usually pick the less scary sounding team, you know?
Ooh, good question from... Sorry, I've lost who asked the question now, but it was a good question, I promise you. The question is, why are there 2 upper bracket matches after no seeded games on their graphic? And that is an interesting question. It doesn't make any
That's got to
sense.
be a mistake, right?
It's just going to be a mistake because the Liquipedia has a bracket that seems like it actually adds up with a number of teams. I feel like this is just. I believe the kids are still saying. Do they still say NA production?
It's like 3 years old at this point, but
they still say it, right? North America, it still exists.
Someone's got to be saying
North America still exists,
somewhere.
as far as I understand it. Who am I talking to? His name is Backbone. Once upon a time, he played Overwatch. That was 30 minutes ago.
Yeah. I just had a random Arab on my team asking me what I thought of gay people. In the game I played before Co-Stream. He's like, what do you think of gay people?
Interesting place to do his research.
I'm like, they're fine, mate. They're just gay, you know? It's whatever. And he's like, no, gay bad.
Oh.
It's like, all right, man.
I feel like he was looking to maybe start an argument with that question. I feel like his mind... It's possible his mind was almost made up before going into that one.
Yeah, I think he might not have been looking for a debate, more of a statement.
Yes, a loaded question, I feel like. Thanks for boosting homosexual walking clock. Keep boosting him.
Do you think there's any chance Vision win this?
Nope.
I actually couldn't even tell you who's on. Is Vision the Taejong team? Wait, I'm actually a Taejong stan. Me and him are best friends.
I feel they get there. It's a classic. They get there one type thing.
They
win a Blizzard World or something, you know. But that's it. I feel like people are like, what has happened is people want Vision to win because then they can go, haha, TM got relegated. That's a story.
For the funny, Vision need to win, you know? For the funny, they need to win.
But people have talked about it so much that now they're like...
They actually think
they're buying it. Like, they've sort of convinced, they just said it out loud. They like manifested it in their own head, and now they're like, it's gonna happen, you know? It's gonna happen. And it's like...
They've gaslit themselves into thinking
like,
that... Why is
changed?
Why is Simple on Tank?
Why is Simple on Tank? Thank you, B-Man United, for the 12 months. All right. Should we do some kind of sync?
Yeah. What are you thinking? Kitchen, bathroom?
This guy.
Okay. 1, 0.
Oh, it just works.
7, 6. Yeah, just good.
Like half a second pause and we'll be perfect.
For me?
Yeah. Only half a second though. All right. So Simple is on tank. So you're asking what are Vision's chances in this game?
Yeah.
Less now.
He's been playing it in ranked. A lot.
Yeah, but...
Him and Taejong off-rolling a lot together, you know?
But they also lose their key player though. You know, like it's like a loss on two sides, right? Because they lose Simple.
Who was that tank?
Support.
Imo. Ah, right.
And I thought Imo's played really okay.
Yeah, I don't think he's done too bad. First pick for Taejong onto Psycho though. It's happening. They're getting relegated.
It's happening to you. It's contagious. It's contagious. Alright, counter pick. There we go. Irony good for one. I feel like Irony is the person starting to cop the most flack here. Quartz is down. It's not over yet. They have control of point though, TM, so they can actually stall this out for ages.
Yeah, I mean, it's not looking too good for Simple. He is 1 HP against full HP team at this point. And they kind of just lost every single angle as well. I think
he's
going for the backline instead.
He's nowhere close to them as well. So TDMC is just continuing to get this point for free. Irony's going to have Kitsune Rush. Both Kitsune Rushes up right now. Will just be a trade. Irony's looks maybe a little bit. Maybe it's really fine actually. TDMC gets one shot. No Suzu for him in all of this. And it feels like the Kitsune Rush trade felt even, but nobody was really on it for TM. We just got
I don't know what happened to Demon. He can't have been blocking, right, to get shredded that quickly. There's nothing on...
shot, yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing on Vision's side that does that much damage that quickly. It's not as if they have a torp to do the right click. I mean, it's even ult still. Vision with a slight advantage on tank ult at this point. Everything else is basically even. Obviously, Sim the torp. Probably an overclock early from Corsair just to try and get as much space as possible.
Yeah, we'll see what Vision use. Basically, all of their ults end up being pretty good responses to Overclock here. I don't like beat into Overclock. I feel like that one's, unless Exogen's really there, I don't like it. It's going to be actually Overclock Annihilation. Later beat for Oi in all of this right now. Pushing forward, they hold their ground here, Twisted Minds. And that was both their ults, but now they have Annihilation and Molten Core to repush with. Because if that, what a terrible fucking symbol, Taejong.
Yeah, that was, okay, Taejong's that's my best friend, but that was the worst symbol I've ever seen, respectfully. It's a good early push from Vision. They know they're down ults, but it comes too hard. It's a good play. it's a good play, but it's a good ult from Psycho, and it's you know, it's like my grand used to say, it's always rough pushing peak up.
Yeah, it's horny devil, that lady, but she was right. So, and actually, the nice thing for TM is I thought they were going to win that fight because they just had more ults coming up, but they didn't actually have to use the Annihilation there. So now they've got Kitsune Rush for next trade, the Annihilation to keep going. Should be a good fight for them. Vision are going to try and work in a bit of a disengage here. Late Kitsune Rush back, but TVNT can just hold his ground. Has to be careful going forward. They've lost it. Slow dive, good for a pick. One of the strongest performers, I think, on Vision so far. TVNT was trying to walk it through. Looks like Astro's maybe good for 2. Wait, he's going to roll him. No, Astro lives, but bigger boop. The extra boot distance helps Astro out of that one, I think. And TVNT's disengaged coast, actually. Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, that's just a shambles for TM. They use, what, 2 ults, and somehow Irony just gets picked in the middle? Like, you need a hero play from Quartz or Psycho, really, here at this point. Or Astro, like he nearly got. Because this is just, effectively, I mean, it's not free because some ults came out, but it feels like a free retake when you're using more ults than the enemy team. Stagger too.
Yeah, it just seemed like a bad read on exactly how close the rest of his team were, because Quartz just does not get out of that one. A couple of times now, Slow Dive has found, like, useful kills in all of this. It's Overclock coming back for Quartz. They have, like, nearly beat, nearly wall to respond with it. I think you start with Overclock, maybe expect him to wall it or beat, and then Astro can just get a laser ult right there.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if TM look for a disengage if the symbol comes out early again here. You don't really want to be fighting in it, but if they wait too long, they won't have a choice. Double Overclock comes out.
He got booped as he beats.
Double beat. Oh, Symbol's won! Symbol didn't get beat!
Yeah, it's actually Astro. Astro booped back Oi as he came back, so he was like a mile back when he actually cast the beat right there. And that's a huge swing factor now. They can just wait out in this wall, they cap the point, and Vision Esports desperate touch territory, but they don't have Simple back, they don't have their ult in play. Somebody has to get the touch, Simple's walking up main, and they just there's actually just no touch at all.
If that was a beat from Astro, that's huge, that's game winning, because Simple has his ult coming up, One has his ult coming up. They've got the ult swing coming as long as as long as Simple survives like another 5-10 seconds, they should just win without some kind of like heroics. Yeah, I mean you said it was an Astro boop onto Oi matey.
Boot buff.
I mean it's a close round though, no? Like actually like fairly close.
Considering it's simple on tank, heavy favourites and everything anyway.
Yeah. I mean, like slow dive, like you said, was getting a lot of picks, getting a lot of shit done. I think Tajon was playing well on the angles for the most part of the sim as well. Swapping to D.Va now, but keeping the rest of the comp same. So Simple's gonna be a lot more free, but also kind of walking into death a lot if he meets Torb or Soj without cooldown. So it'll be a rough one for him.
Yeah, TP straight to point. I don't know if I like this from Vision. Obviously, they get the early control, but I feel like playing back of point is increasingly difficult in these sort of like hard spam comps, you know? I feel like Simple's going to get bullied off. He's trying to hold the close choke right now, but slowly but surely I think we're going to see him just sort of bullied off. It looks like TVNT is considering going right inside right now. See Taejong already half HP. TVNT has got like 3 people looking at him right now. Gonna get a swing in, goes for people for map, doesn't get it. It's getting marked by the sim. TVNT's actually, he's made a mess of this.
It is really worth mentioning the perks with sim. That fucking extra beam, it's not going to matter if you get booped off the map from the other side of the planet though by Astro.
It's another good reason not to play back of the map, yeah, because actually it makes Astro the raid boss in this one. Astro, the Lucio should be in both.
They've still got first cap.
Still got first cap. Looks like they're actually stabilizing. The problem is, I guess, even if you get it, Simple can still cap in his choke. That is an awkward wall. He's going to actually use his... He's using his E-net to heal himself a bit. I think he's got that perk for it. Dive into the back line right now. Gets forced back. One's going to cop a rail. Booped again. I don't know if that was just damage or if Astro was just sending more people.
No, that was off the map. It was off the map.
Astro's
just him. He's so happy with this update, man.
It's actually a base blowout gap. Yeah.
The thing is, in these longer fights on point, the sim is a lot more safe now because of this extra 30% range you're going to get with the full beam. It's not as scary to fight D.Va. You know, you don't have to commit as hard, you're not going to be as catchable. I think they're probably going to look for a TP point Kitsune play here. They're down on ults and presumably they're going to see it coming, so I'm a bit scared about this. But they made it in. Simple rotated main. He's getting choked. Oh my god, he is dead. Yeah, okay.
Lost this one massively. They're going to try and slide out. Slow Dive has a second slide, but doesn't even get a chance to use it. And well dealt with there. Twitter's Mind's really happy. 1-for-1 trade. Get to hang on to point here. Sticky turret from Psycho straight up onto the wall. That is going to be an absolute bugger to deal with.
That is a piss take and a half. You go to point, shooting that one.
Thank you,
you're not
Mista,
happy.
for the pride as well.
I really,
Thank you.
I think they're gonna play the TP point again. Probably with a sim wall here. You probably prefer to do it with that than Curio. Maybe Simple actually comes with this time would be nice. The turret's gonna take care of the sim TP though. But they're gonna walk out main. Slowdive gets gapped by Quartz. Overclock comes out afterwards. The beat reply, even though one down.
Yeah,
Beat
two
comes
sides
out
for
Astro,
Quartz
no-
as well. So he's
Yeah.
super safe. Later beat. They push back in. Sim wall to turn. Disengage is looking pretty good for TM so far. You see the amp come out there from Astro. They've got Molten Core to go back in with this. A TP to flip right now, but expect this Molten Core really soon. Here it comes from Psycho. Just want to make point an absolute nightmare. Annihilation in response. TVNT, he has bomb. He's going to have a hard time living. Even that extra health does nothing for it. Simple gets the kill and gets out. Astro is on the coast again, looking for more value. Sets up one for Quartz onto this. Simple's still going to try and trade back. Suzu comes out. Psycho is on the run, gets finished off, and Simple's getting through a lot of work in main here, but Astro keeps getting kills on the flank. Him and Quartz are doing it all right now. Disruptor shot on that TP as well. Forces him into a difficult situation. Astro will finish another one off. It's a classic 1-2 punch here. Quartz just softens him up, and Astro comes in for the kill.
Yeah, Quartz and Astro went round on that flank. They beat out one and Slowdive, pushed round. And, I mean, that's the problem when you play these types of comps. Once you give up on one side, the angles that the Sojourn and you know, I guess Lucio in this case can take, can really bite you in the ass after. A rough touch here, AOI dead, Cleanse misses, and yeah, I mean, it's map over, unfortunately. I regret to say it.
Simple's good for one on point, catches Astro, but yeah, desperation at best here, and team will take the first one 2-0.
Yeah. God, if Astro can do that type of thing on Lee Jang, imagine what Liar would do, is all I have to say. Yeah, I mean...
A few people asking about
that's
Imo.
rough, man.
I actually don't know what the situation is with him.
Yeah, I have no clue either.
Imo banned is your chat spreading misinformation. Sounds like gonna need some follow-up evidence to that. Wait, I'll just DM him.
You can't DM him, that's so toxic. If he's just benched for Simple, do you think he wants that DM from you right now?
Surely he's not benched. I literally talked to him like the other day.
I mean,
like,
Korean
I don't know
Hive
what
Mind.
come up.
Korean Hive Mind just wins sometimes, bro. You should know this. Sometimes, like, the Korean Hive Mind is
said
its way in.
Instead of banning heroes, they banned Imo.
Funny.
I see.
Bans it after
No
us.
way he's
That doesn't
banned.
make any sense, guys. I mean, okay, not to shit talk the guy, but I've never seen him not hard flaming in my game, so it's possible he is.
Do you think it's just he's just got like a thank you
could
Durs
just have
for
like
the
a
tier 1,
like a
but just like
toxicity ban.
like a yeah, like bad language ban.
It's entirely possible. Yeah,
he's just
it's
stuck.
entirely possible.
Other reports say he might be suffering from bubonic plague. Yeah, and these ones seem yeah. Okay, keep the reports coming
That's a
in.
reputable source.
Yeah. Thank you, Super PI, for the tier 1 as well.
If your vision, where are you going? What are you trying to do? What's the play?
It's just Blizzard World, isn't it? Just go to bloody Blizzard World.
Blizzard World, simple on Zen.
And then no, but does it fuck it up if you've got no tank player?
Well, if your Zen player is on tank, then you might not be able to play Zen. Yeah.
So why go? Because they put in obviously their double flex support lineup, but they can't put in their double flex support lineup unless Oi has tank on him.
Oh, surely Oi isn't gonna lock tank.
Surely Oi isn't gonna lock tank, right?
Please don't give me a main support on tank.
Simple Zen is high value, but it cannot be enough value to justify Oi on tank. Right? No offense to Oi, but I just have... Look, there are some roles in Overwatch that are more prone to being good at off-rolling. DPS players can play other heroes. Flex supports can sometimes play other heroes. Main supports, they can't play other roles, guys.
Main supports, they play the speedy.
Violet is the exception. But he was a flex support
Violet's a flex support.
Exactly,
Yeah,
he was
he's
a flex support first, so he actually doesn't break the rule. Oi used to be a tank player? How used to are we talking, like?
Can you switch roles mid-match? No. Oh, mid-match? Yeah. Not mid-map. But mid-match, yeah, you can.
Yeah, they would class it as a substitution. To be fair, we should get a notification from broadcast, a little pop-up saying if that is the case. You haven't seen Fixer off-roll? Cheers, Cronus. Yeah, but as in off support, I don't know.
No, but Fixer off rolls with 4-stack Koreans hard coming at 2 a.m. Okay, that's nothing to do with the player at that point. That's just 4 Koreans deciding they want to win.
Krona
at 2
says
a.m.
he's Thanos. Yeah, I'm not. I'm a Thanos denier. I think in this situation.
I'm gonna dispute that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna dispute that heavily.
Anyone disputing Thanos right now? Because I'm feeling a dispute.
He's Thanos on Lucio in ranked. I'll give you that. But I'm gonna call cap on that.
Okay, Jamie. Not you, Jamie. Different Jamie. This is Jamie 74, the 74th iteration.
Okay.
Says he played tank in Saudi E-League for multiple seasons before. So actually, maybe
Is
it's
this
not
AOI or simple?
Oi, yeah.
Okay.
So this is actually maybe it's more reasonable than we initially thought.
I genuinely don't know if I can think of a single time that I've seen him play something that isn't Lucio. So
yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. We have got Blizzard World, by the way.
Blizzard World is so they go in the same one.
They haven't said any subs though. Well, yeah, these.
Yeah, because when we had to do this in Overwatch League, it was even if we were actually a Boneback mentioned, we would always have to put it in as a sub, even if you were just moving from DPS or support.
Yeah,
thank you,
my name would be in there like
Prime
3 times. Someone in my chat, I don't know if it's bait or not, has said that Zori said him I was banned. So, but that could be misinformation.
People are saying it as well, or like people are saying like the broadcast.
But is this the type of thing where people just think it's funny? So, because like, it is funny to just say, oh yeah, he's banned. He's not playing, he's banned.
Did she expand on it? Because I feel like when you say somebody's banned, you can't just be like,
go on, send the link. Send the link.
You can't be like, oh, he's banned. You know, you have to like, oh, I've got the clip.
I mean, on broadcast, I think you probably just say that, right?
I don't know, because I feel like in
of action, we are heading into this game. Vision Esports, just a quick note, they will not have Aimo being in the roster for today. He's banned from the game, so we won't be seeing him, unfortunately, for Vision Esports, of course. Speaking of action...
Just says he's banned.
That's a deep fake, surely. This is
this is a classic deep fake situation.
AI has gone too far.
Yeah.
How do you get banned, man? It's so hard to get banned these days.
Because you have to, presumably, you only get it if you're banned on your main as well, right?
Yeah.
You
or
know,
if it's one
like,
of the ones that you tell them about, right? If it's an account you tell them about. But like 90% of people I know only tell them about their main.
Yeah, because it's all that's
it's
really
easier
required.
If you're from Saudi. That's bait. Yizem was literally selling accounts publicly for months and got nothing.
He had a website. He had a website
that he actively promoted. It's harder to get banned if you're Saudi. Like it's reverse racism.
All right. Oh, hold on. My dinner's outside my room. We're going to Blizzard.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
I mean, tourney, not account ban, but it'll be an account ban that's led to his tournament ban. Presumably, at least.
I'm back. Well, look at this chat.
All right.
You can't see Jamie, but it's like beef skewers, couscous, salad.
I'm actually tabbing in to look. That looks fucking tasty.
It's good, right? What a nutritious.
We have got AOI on tank, by the way.
All right. Okay.
Listen, I'm a Taejong believer, okay? This man can do it. This man can do it. This man is GOAT.
All right, I'm being told bro will clutch up trust. All right.
What have you thought of Irony so far this stage? At the risk of inciting drama.
Ooh, not that good. I didn't have a super high opinion of him coming in. I thought he was always one of the weaker looking parts of the teams he was on last year, like the Fnatic or whatever they were bloody called before they were Fnatic.
Yeah.
I think he always looked like a bit of a liability. I think here, most of these problems don't seem to be ability problems in terms of is he good at the heroes? It just seems to be the number of times I see them do some kind of support push. I'm just like, Irony's like everyone else is just like a few seconds late, right? So there's clearly some kind of feels like communication breakdown seems the obvious thing to go to when there's one Korean in a room full of or a team full of non-Koreans. But it feels like there's a bit of a desync there between like what they're both doing. Or what
I think that is a very, very well said take. I think that's very well said. All right, we're on the Anna Zen. Taejong's taken through snacks. That's a good angle to take. Slow dive might get caught. No, just about survive. TVNTs are going to play above. That's going to be really annoying. They're going to have to try and clear that if possible. Which AOI D.Va, he's on it. He's actually gapped TVNT there, forced him out. Slow dive found Astro somehow. Quartz has managed to trade it back, but one's found Quartz. Somehow Vision have traded up, and Taejong's got on TVNT's mech through full Juno pocket. I actually don't know what just happened, even though I said it. You know, like I'm here, I'm commentating it, and I still couldn't tell you what just happened. And that is a very quick pause coming out.
Pausing
Astro, my mouse died. My mouse died. That's why I died, guys.
Yeah, well, it just seems like, obviously you would expect, I guess, for D.Va to win that trade, like a D.Va that has Vianna Zen, because the Discord can just leverage that, like, massively in your favor. But yeah, they just kind of fell over. It wasn't like any great push or anything, just like vying for space and just 2 picks out of nothing, and it's over before it starts.
Just a lost mechanic, Jules, I guess.
Okay. Now?
Alright.
Good reference.
What?
Oh, there's Chorizo in here. Sorry, carry on.
Nice. If you know that you're playing against Anna Zen, is Juno Brig the best backline you can have? Would you not rather have an Anna of your own?
Who plays it? Daniel?
I think just Anna Brig is fine, right?
Anna Brig? Oh, okay. Maybe, yeah. Maybe it's quite
reasonable. Like Juno Brig can't be the best backline against Anna Zen, you know? Like, because you're losing the pocket jewel on side against, like, the double orb, and you're losing the heal as well.
You know what you should play, actually? Here's the solution, because I do like that the Juno, like, the speed ring onto your D.Va to kill Vianna Zen, I feel like is actually really fun. What if you just play Anna Juno and Astro plays Juno?
Yeah, it's probably better, right? And then if you need to swap for any reason, if the dives are too risky, you can just swap the Juno to Brig.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that seems really reasonable.
I feel like it's got to be so hard for Astro to do anything other than swing on AOI, right? When he goes for Irony. Like, I guess he can try and help on the side jewels, but you'd assume that the Zen will outvalue that, like, fairly quickly.
What about Juno Kiri? I mean, it can work. I think the Anna comp is playing the Anna into the Anna Zen is actually really good value.
It's so good because the nade is just so on. Always,
nade is good. Nano D.Va is actually so hard for him to deal with, you know, without at least like counter nanoing or forcing a transcendence. So I'm like, I think because we've seen teams, I want to say, is it Team Liquid when they've been faced with this type of comp, run like Lucio Anna, which I can kind of get behind a little bit as well, because then your Anna can just be by herself, and the Lucio can kind of just join in the dives a little bit here, or options to speed the Anna.
The Lucio's jack of all trades, you know, can do whatever he needs to. He can help on the angle, can go peel when needed.
Because if you look at Vision's comp, like, there's not a lot of stuff that actually, like, Irony and Astro right now are on a really durable backline, but there's not that much happening to them.
It's just AOI. Yeah. It's just AOI, you know? That's the only threat you have, like, on your backline, really. So maybe a tactical misplay from Benjamin De La Feur there. Alright, I mean, Psycho has Pulse. I see him hit these, I can't lie. I mean, it should be a slow push point. It's been really hard for TM to touch it, because the angles from Taejong and, like, Simple, the Zen board spam is just going to click art over time.
Yeah, Disruptor Shot is being used now.
Here, though.
Yeah, so now they can swing. Psycho's still trying to hold us right inside. Pulse Bomb is wide, though. Doesn't find it. Just gets swung on by Simple as well. Simple happy to fight it. Psycho not scared, though. Will go back. Has to be careful as he doesn't have that recall. But TVNT on the other side at the same time. They're trying to hold both angles here, Vision, but now play it down. Simple's good for the trade. Slowdive's going in, though. Hard push on this one with the Nano. Transcendence to keep him alive in response to this raid right now. A lot of stuff being thrown in. The nade is good from one in all of this, and that will secure the kill onto Irony. Now they have to give space here. Twisted Minds, they nearly have ults to turn it, but they're just dying on point right now. They will get a recontest. That's both support ults gone now for Vision.
Yeah, but, I mean, Astro has the rally, but it's not that scary. He has to cross so far through so much spam to get in. And Vision are going to be able to get the setup here with presumably Simple on like a high ground. Synchro FPS, thank you for the 45 bits. Cheers, mate. And, you know, you got overclock for both teams too. It's not that scary for Vision here, the support ult coming out from TM.
No, it's only if Astro can get really close, but it's really difficult for Astro to get close. You can see, I think he's just behind Quartz to the left of our screen right now. They're trying to set up as they swing out here, but even with 2 bashes, can Astro really go across that distance? It feels like a really risky trip. It's Slowdive to start with the overclock right now. Quartz is going to respond. Tries to keep him pinned in. Disruptor Shot goes out right now. Just pumping damage into the D.Va right now. And neither Soten really getting all too much with this. Bit of a swing bottom left. Molten Core to force point right now. TVNT's going to die.
TVNT dead?
Did he bomb or something and then get killed out of mech? Either way, there's a massive pick. They can just keep forcing point now, Vision.
Yeah, this is going to be impossible. Astra is going to have to touch with this rally soon to stall. Taejong did use the Molten Core, so it's not going to be that easy to clear it. But you think over time, just the pressure on point is going to be really off. It's actually TVNT that gets back and touches.
Oh,
Psycho manages to find one. Oh, that's just taking all the wind out of the sails. Even with the rest of them dying, it doesn't even matter. That was over at that point.
Yeah, I think with Ana Zen, it's a super powerful backline in terms of all the utility and the damage output it can have. But if one half of it falls, it's so easy, both parts of it fall, basically. So whenever Psycho can find these opportunities, if he can trade one, it's actually, basically the entire backline crumbles there if TDNT even just looks at them, right? So it's
full chain
really
theory
hard.
that we used to have, you know? If the chain breaks, if they don't see each other and can heal each other, or if one of them dies, the other one just falls over. They might as well quit the lobby, honestly. They're not going to do anything.
Yeah.
A rotation bottom left on Ana Zen here.
They got Transcendence for it.
Out. They do. Nano Diva out. Slow dive dies before... Oh. We've got the Nano Ana perk as well.
Yeah, both support ults used as well in this one, and now one has still been left behind here for Psycho to take this 1v1. Does give a mini at least, but Psycho is all over him. Won't let one out of that one, surely. Taking his time, actually. They've done enough in the front row to deal with this. All the time they were dealing with Psycho, even though Psycho doesn't get the second kill. The fact that the supports are just stuck in a tunnel fighting him. And they've got all the way to spawn here, and Quartz and Psycho might just get another one between them. TVNT up above as well. Pouncing on him. Does get out for what it's worth, slow dive, but now they're holding forward. Minute and 10 seconds left on the clock. Really difficult fight now for Vision.
Yeah, with a minute left on the clock on this Ana Zen comp, this is one fight with a real setup that you'll be able to get. And TM have the beam, so they're able to just hold close and push in against no support ults. As long as that nade gets eaten, they actually have no threat of death, really. Psycho has his pulse again. He's going to be looking for Simple on the side. Quartz has the overclock as well, and he's just going to be so free on this high ground because AOI is going to have to help his backline cross.
You can see Psycho basically uncontested as now gets this one-on-one with Simple. Simple forces for recall, but TVNT's there as well. And it's one of the easiest kills you're going to see. Now with that gone, one is a really lone figure right now. They're going to have the overclock here from Slowdive, but Psycho, TVNT, they're going to be all over him when they push. They're trying to buy time for Simple here, I think. The Pulse Bomb is good. Good for 2 as well, actually. Doesn't even have a Pulse Bomb perk, just a normal Pulse Bomb, that one. Gets all the cleanup kills, and this touch has now gone from difficult to near impossible. It's going to be fast hero swaps here.
Slowdive was trying to play hot potato, but he forgot that he couldn't get rid of the potato. AOI is over onto ball. He's going to have to try and go around coast to touch, but it's going to be really hard for him to actually even make it. I think Astra sees it coming, hits the boot. I think the slam is a mistake there. I think the slam made that impossible to touch. I think he could have without, but yeah. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Like that's definitely holdable because they did get it right to the end. That's just cart push back at the end there. You know, we've seen a million holds here on Blizzard as well, so it's not end of the world for Vision.
This no, it's not. I mean, it's kind of fair, but it's a little bit awkward. If it was just 10 meters further forward, it's a super holdable Vision. To be fair, what's always true with Vision's comp is it's always better on the defense. When the Ana Zen is just on this, and you think the way on first point defense, you obviously get to start with the high ground and position, and then on second, it's such a big long point that even when you're retaking, most of the time you actually just get the high ground again for free because of how big an open it is. So when you have these positions, Vision Esports defense is almost always better than their attack on these maps, or at least looks better for the most part. So it's not out of the question yet for Vision, but it needs to be careful here. Maybe first point you need at least sort of 2 to 3 minutes off. Thank you, Jelly DM, as well for the 6 months.
Thank you, Jelly. Appreciate that. 6 months from you. No, but it's actually going to be a Lari Ana on defense. Maybe with a Zen swap on second. But these types of comps, they're always going to be better when you start with the space, which obviously you do on defense, right? So if you're TM, you're really hoping you get a quick break here of this first hold before the ults and stuff start coming up, because that's when it starts getting rough when you're playing against these types of comps. It's going to be the same comp again from TM by the looks of it. Presumably Cycle's going Tracer, and only the Alari swap for Vision.
Yeah, we'll see how the Alari plays into it. Obviously, a lot of the same things are true, just a little bit more durable. Ana Zen a bit less blast cannony. Obviously, the perks will help as well. Faster turrets and stuff once they get up to it. But a couple of minutes away from that. Juno Brig again from Twisted Minds here. So looking for a bit of a rotate here, just to try and clear one off the high ground, get in that position for Quartz. But looks like one is already long gone from this position. So they will get high ground for free here, Twisted Minds. Vision trying to stay a step ahead. Looks like they're going to swap and take the other high ground. TVNT's going to try and march
Oh, Psycho's waiting?
down to half HP. TVNT's going to be forced back. Needs full pocket. They're trying to Matrix for heals, but TVNT regroups successfully. Little bit of a point force coming back now, and Psycho is behind Vision Esports as they try and walk forward here. It's a scary pincer situation. Simple is stuck between a real rock and a hard place. Psycho comes flying in right now, and while they deal with Psycho, they lose Oi in the front line. So they're just getting surrounded and bled out right now, Vision Esports. Caught in between the next rotation they want to do. And they've managed to get their way back to the choke, so everyone's traded positions once or twice. But no Diva means this is going to be an easy cap in theory for TM.
Oh, I actually think Vision did pretty well there. They survived the pincer for a while. If you looked at the HP from TM... if you looked at the HP on TM side, there was like 4 of them 50 HP or less at some point. It's just the dinks didn't quite come through. Like in another world, that fight goes Vision's way, and suddenly we're looking at a really likely first hold. But that's not the world we're living in. AOI is going to get to go back and reset his mech charge here. Does he reset perk charge as well? Presumably not, right?
No, you'll keep a perk, so you'll be alright.
He's actually going to swap. He's going to keep his Zarya. And Simple's over onto Brig. So we're actually just on an Ana Brig versus Juno Brig backline now.
Okay.
I'm a bit confused what Vision played for here. I guess you're just playing for like the end of point 1 fight. Just play for Blizzard World, you know, play for the map, not for like a comp on it.
Normally when you see a Zarya getting played, Pulse Bomb after the bubble, but it's okay.
Second bubble, I think, maybe.
Yeah, and now, because normally with Zarya you see it paired with like a Genji or a Venture or something, or a Reaper, something that can just be your primary bubble target here. In reality, Oi's probably going to end up using most of these bubbles for himself more than anything, honestly. But the touch is where it's going to get difficult. If Twisted Minds just keep forcing point, really awkward situation. Now the overclock swing comes through. Quartz looking for more. Psycho is with him as well.
Ooh.
Needs to be careful. One is just dodging. Don't look at him and you won't hit you. Ray push comes out to keep going right now. They're doubling down. Oi is in loads of trouble. The Nano Boost was out onto the Ana Brig right now, but they just cut through it. Slowdive has used the overclock here. A trade would go a long way, but he's more likely to get traded himself. Looks like Psycho is going to go for that. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Coming back for it.
Psychopath. I guess stagger on stage rank too. Yeah.
Ball swap comes through. Whip shot is good. Now bomb on point as well to finish it. Yeah, Oi's just dead immediately, and an easy one for Twisted Minds, and they break what should have been and what normally is Vision's best shot at taking maps.
Yeah, that was a pure crumbling from Vision. I can't lie. Like that, they didn't really look comfortable on second there at all. I feel like that Zarya swap isn't something practiced, you know. I feel like that's just them being like, oh, I feel like I need to do this to win. What are the rules if 2 teams are tied on games? I presume head-to-head and map difference comes into play?
It's different in regions. I think it's head-to-head first, then map difference in EMEA in North America.
Makes sense. So realistically, we're not getting any shocks, right? Like on that front, even if things do get tied.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
It's so rough because Vision have these like signs of brilliance, you know, these signs of life. Like their attack started really fucking good, I thought, but then it just falls apart.
I mean, it's always a little bit cooked as well. Like all of this is with a caveat of like everything is just their best shot without their tank player, you know?
Yeah. TM versus TU will be for top 4 because TU lost to Peps. That's interesting, so I guess. Oh.
Next week for playoffs.
There's not a patch before then, is there? There's some blessings coming in? Thank you, chat.
Don't think so.
Appreciate you all. It's 0.7 KD.
Nice.
That's rough. Fucking hell. Oh, I'm dying. Okay. Did AOI play map 1? He played map 1, but Simple was on tank for map 1. But because they wanted Simple on flex support for Blizzard World, because that's their jam. AOI swapped out. First seed play against 4th. First seed gets to pick between 3rd and 4th, by the looks of it, on who they want to play first round in playoffs, which is good. That's the way it should be, really, with how the rest of the system is.
I get in touch with Craig and get him unbanned? Craig is the head of Asia. This is not his domain. This is outside his reach.
Oh. Alright, looking forward to next series, right? If you're VP versus OWCS, I presume VP get first map pick, right? Actually, I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
Is it predetermined?
Partner team.
So VP of first map pick, what are you picking if you're the Virtus Pros?
Samoa probably. It's always their go-to.
Who do you think VP would pick out of TM or OWCS? I guess maybe it depends on how today's game would go.
Yeah.
For playoffs.
I'd guess OWCS.
Yeah. That's one where I feel like the name value thing comes into play, honestly. Because like even though OWCS have been the better team so far this stage in TM, I feel like I'd probably rather pick them over playing against TM going into playoffs.
It's the same as when Shock were doing bad in Season 6, and it's like, oh yeah, do you want to... You're still not going to pick Shock, even if they've been really bad all year, because you're just like, you know what? I don't fancy playing proper in an elimination game. Let's just not do that. I know they've been bad all year. I know we've beaten them already in the year. Let's just not enter into that.
Yeah. Oh my god, Necra's thing on her arms, I thought it was a spider on her right arm. And I jumped, even though I'm looking through two screens, I jumped as if the spider was on me. If you were on the losing team, this would be a different story, Chris Pratt. I believe that. Did they announce map 3 yet? Just give us a nice quick map. Let's get the VP OWCS game going. I love OWCS' name because there's so many easy names you can do. Alcoholics. I've heard people call them the terrorist group that begins with Al. You know, there's tons of options. Tons of options.
That's 2.
Yeah, 2's a lot. 2's more than 1. Why you gotta do that to me? Will I play for second stage? Who knows, mate. Let's see what the future holds on it. Probably not, but who knows. I could have joined SRP check.
Al Quesadilla. There we go. Nice.
Al Quesadilla, yeah, there you go. We're up to 3.
Alright, what's this fucking Cappy tweet? I feel like they're always bad.
Fucking hell.
Bless you.
Oh, thank you.
It's Imo saying you don't even have a Liquipedia. Well, he's pronounced it Liquipedia. I mean, who does have a Liquipedia profile?
I do. You ever like sneeze enough that you like not pull a muscle, but like you pull something in your shoulder and it just hurts? I reached that point like 2 hours ago now, so every sneeze feels like I'm just getting stabbed in my shoulder. It's good vibes. How's the food out of 10x?
It's really good. I'm just trying to get
like... It looked good, to be fair.
Yeah, got hummus, got some yogurt. It's good.
You got a spare plate for a friend?
Nope.
For a friend, yeah, but I'm just a colleague. I'm an acquaintance. Oh. Fuck me. Alright, I'll be right back.
No one's calling him It's just an obvious name is similar joke. No one's calling him terrorists. Gonna need you to sharpen up a bit on that one. Jamie's a bit sick right now, so he's sneezing a lot, bit under the weather. Don't know how he'll cook, to be fair. I put him onto marinate earlier, but my fiance cooked them. Come out nicely, though.
Alright, I am back and just in time. Just in fucking time, and I got a Magnum too. It's up to you if you want to... What type of Magnum you want that to be. If you think it's a gun, if you think it's the ice lolly. But... Alright, well, Vision's got Simple back on tank and they're playing Malga comp. You know, it's a different type of comp that's going to make TM have to answer a question, so it's probably the best thing for them to do at this point. You know
yeah,
what?
roll the dice.
No.
Yeah, roll the dice, change it. It wasn't racism. Grow up, Mask. Gonna need some growing up on your part here. Simple on tank because Imo is banned. Reasons unclear. So going to this next one, it seems like we're going to be getting a complete shift from Vision, trying to play Simple on the Malga. And yeah, Hazard for TVNT right now. Not something we've seen loads from him. But he's good at it, I guess. Just kill 2 immediately. All right, they should have been playing this the entire time. All right, then.
Oh, Taedong with the train onto Ione. Ione haters. Back. get your one. Get the only one that dies, just like normal. And yeah, that's a pretty cool fight. I'm kind of mercifully hoping to just see Vision put out their misery a bit here. You know, get this done in 3 minutes.
Yeah, gonna swap onto a mirror comp here, Vision, as well, so...
Why
not overly convinced that's gonna change their fortunes, but
maybe
at least
Simple
go down swinging.
Maybe Simple is literally the Scottish and is the best Hazard.
Yeah, that wall actually helps us out quite a lot, yeah. Nice little wall from TVNT. Oh, doesn't change it though, just kills him there. It feels like Taejong should have been able to get that kill in that situation. Felt like the day just was over for Quartz, but apparently not. Opening pick for Taejong right now as my stream's gonna freeze, and then unfreeze, and then is yours doing it as well, or is it my end?
No, I'm fine.
Okay,
Taejong is pushing the objective, and TM are full kited. You know, it was a nice little triple blink in, recall kill onto Quartz. That's actually going to give them the lead. I'd say give them the lead, but they've all left point to go kill Quartz and spawn again. But he hit the corner. No, he got found. But they have seen it in the point because they 5-man pushed through. That might be the dumbest play I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of dumb plays. I was on London during, you know, first half of season 6. So they come back in now. They found Astro actually. I don't know how that happens. Psycho trades 1. Simple's gone back to car. What am I watching? My god. Okay, TM are all over the place. Ione is in Narnia. I'm gonna get run down maybe. It's a good wall. Oh, nearly. Still gets caught by Taejong.
Yeah, it's just turned into a right old
Bring
scrap
around the
right
roses.
now. Yeah, 4 or 5 different fights happening at any time. Both teams trying to stabilize, but Juno advantage for Vision Esports means they will start to put some meters on the board right now. Technically gain lead for what it's worth. Psycho is in. That's a tasty one. Onto slow dive there. Kates him off the wall. Now the player advantage will swing the other way as soon as Ironie's back. They can start going forward, but they do actually punish Psycho for that attempt. So again, gonna swing slightly back the other way as both teams gonna meet on middle here. Vision are gonna be back to 5 faster. Ult's starting to come online.
Sorry, having audio issues on my stream. DMD when the ult comes out, beat from Astro. The pulse missed by Taejong. Oh!
Dies for it too. Now they are all over slow dive. He's gonna get taken down. One's gonna get taken down. They win that trade just with a beat.
I think we should stop the map right now. Right now. Right now. Not anymore. As TM take the lead for the first time.
All right, should be pretty... I don't want to say easy checkpoint after this, but the recontest for defenders here is always so scuffed because you have to go round the corner and peek all of the high ground. So I don't know if they're going to go for it here, Vision. They do actually have ult advantage, so if there is a time to go for it, maybe now. But they're not actually contesting it. They've got their Tracer in behind. They're actually all coming in behind right now, but now Twisted Minds, they can flip the map here. Downpour will come out. Quartz will dodge that one. Catches Oi, maybe. No, swing onto one. Good boop actually helps out Rego off. They use both support ults back, and Quartz is going to get absolutely swamped by that. Slow dive response, and they can convert the ult advantage here, but that was 4 invested for Vision and all of that.
Yeah, it's a late stagger on TNT, fresh wave. Yeah, I mean, that was a lot of ults for Vision. I suppose it was a lot for both, really. I mean, TNT's going to get his ult up first, but in this type of comp, 40% before your first ult, probably the fight will be over by that point, honestly. So we're in a reset neutral. TM did get the point cap, which is going to matter a lot for the rest of the game. But Vision are just going to play slow on this high ground, play around the point, and see what happens, I guess.
Yeah, nice and slow. Nothing to do just yet. Twisted Minds, difficult to force it from this situation. You see a little bit of an attempt there onto the Sojourn, but TVNT doesn't find anything, will reset. Taejong in on the flank right now. Quartz is going to try and clear him out. Keeps hold of his recall here. Taejong actually uses it to try and assassinate Quartz. Catches him in that one. Clever little play from Taejong. Good for a pulse bomb as well. Down to half HP is TVNT. They're trying to keep that pressure on him right now. Simple following up. TVNT backs up towards the Mega. They can't get the kill off that pulse bomb, but clever there from Taejong there to just get himself back in position. Bait Quartz into a space where he thinks he's safe.
Yeah, stagger on Astro at the end too. I mean, the league was going to go over anyway. Suddenly, it's just looking a bit scary for TM. They've got the downpour, whatever the ult's called, coming up, and they've got beaten a little bit after. Vision aren't that far behind on ults though. If they just back up and play slow on this high ground, it's going to be really rough for TM to break this.
Oh, runs into him on the flank here. Taejong's forced back to... Actually has to recall there. Psycho's going to recall as well. Has for pulse bomb if he sees the attempt for it. Or he's coming to help out right now, so Psycho will concede a little bit of the space. Doesn't need to force anything yet. Just looking to keep this option open for him. Psycho's nearly got recall again, so pulse bomb attempt could be in his future. For now, though, one nearly has for Ray as they are desperately trying to keep this payload contested from the other side. But Psycho's actually to come in, doesn't even need the pulse bomb. Takes down the Juno, and it's all going to fall apart from there.
Slow dive with the late trade onto Quartz though. If they can get any more, they'd be really happy. But no, Simple's actually going to be the one that's catching a separate wave. They should have enough time to get back before the cart comes. And Vision have 5 ults, TM have 4. So 5 more than 4. Use the crocodile mouth. Crocodile mouth eats the bigger one.
What's
so,
crocodile mouth?
The crocodile mouth you do in maths, you know?
No crocodile.
Maybe they didn't call it a maybe they didn't call it crocodile back in your day.
DVNT finds slow dive though. Crocodiles back then.
They weren't discovered yet. Yeah. DVNT gets slow dive. That'll presumably be league going over. Downpour comes out, double beat in response, double beat in response. It's a big right click. Pulse onto Irony from Taejong, that was really clean. They're pushing through with beam. The trade onto 1 is good. Psycho's looking for his pulse too. Forces the recall instead. Is he gonna get him? He gets slow dive. And all the while, we're pushing cart. TVNT and Psycho from 1 HP. We're gonna kill TVNT. Taejong's gonna get caught. Oh no, he's got the perk! Oh, he gets blinked out though.
Yeah, the health pack had already been taken, so wasn't able to get the health or obviously the extra blink out of that one. So they'll win a very scrappy fight here, Twisted Minds, full of lots of trades. So they'll gain a few more meters, but I don't know if they can really commit to this position. They can maybe if Oi gets caught here, though he has to be careful. Hides behind that tree for now, and they'll be coming overclock versus overclock situation. Psycho with a pulse bomb in the middle of it here as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is starting to look really scary for Vision. The double overclock comes out. Quartz is 1. He somehow makes it out. It was so close. TVNT is 1 though, and Quartz has had to abandon. Oh, TM all got solo. TVNT was still slow HP. Quartz finds slow dive with the peek forward. Nah.
Simple's gonna dive in right now.
Get a trade.
Yeah, they just turn on him. One's going to fall as well. Simple's going to leap in, looking just for trades here. They catch Irony, which is about as good a trade as you can maybe hope for. He's going to actually get to the Mega for what it's worth, Simple. So Simple and Oi are living behind right now. So they can sort of do a bit of a pizza retake. But yeah, I was going to say, if Twisted Minds just decide to go and deal with them, be a big problem. They kill Simple, they'll leave Oi, but that's the more important one to kill. Now they're playing forward, and actually, Oi actually on the way back. Did Oi go to spawn camp in? Who took that fight?
Oh my god.
Respect for Oi if he tried it, but it doesn't work.
I think he just ran into him accidentally. He was 1 HP, there's no way he's trying to do that. Taejong recall force early, gets the triple blink though. Quartz misses the shot on main, I think. Maybe not, who knows. Taejong's going to play to clear the high ground now. He has the pulse. It's basically, they're already real hope of winning this fight, honestly. Slowdive finds Psycho right as I say that. He's going behind onto Iron, he dodges that. Iron's caught out by the wall. Simple's really low though. Oh, pulse on TNT. He didn't get the block off in time. It's a good chunk on him.
They're not really pushing off the back of it though, so
Four
they've got
support ults are coming
TNT up. Now beat push comes in right now. Astro has it to mirror if he wants. Looks like they're just tanking it though, Twisted Minds. Happy with the lead that they got. And now they'll just keep ult advantage for the next fight. 1 minute, 20 seconds left on the clock. Big picture, probably a good call by Astro and Irony not to invest there.
100%. There's ping pong theory. Use your ults on your side of the map when you're in the lead, and you should always win on push. Gonna force Psycho fully out now. Quartz is gonna be forced off of this high ground as well. Surely we're not going from here, right? They're gonna be playing to push back up on this high ground. Simple's looking for his ult here. It's maybe a really good angle for it. He presses the button. Astro beats, he's caught in it though.
Needs help.
No follow up on
Good
it.
wall.
Double beam. Oh, he's gonna jump in on Irony. Irony can get caught here.
Irony's trying to walk forward in his race, stays there. TVNT again playing bodyguard for it, but they've lost Quartz during this rotation forward, so despite using both support ults there, not really getting the value. Slowdive cops a slash, will live on the low ground right now, and they're just trying to flip with Carl right now, but if they have player advantage, Twisted Minds are also probably just going to be happy to live, but no, one doesn't make it. Where on earth is one? He was on the Mega, he died? Why on earth is he over there? And Twisted Minds are going to maybe clean up more of these kills as well. Simple is really low, Oya's really low, and there's an opportunity here, but they've kind of made a mess of it, and they're going to die super staggered, super drawn out. No! This is really ugly. Quartz is going to get one. He does go down, but unbelievable trades right now, and Vision Esports make a meal of what should have been a more reasonable situation. But they might get another fight if they can get the touch here, but one is not going to make it, and that's just 3-0. Dinner time.
Dinner time. I mean, it's quite an expected scoreline, I think. You know, like I don't think. I
think it was expected,
even especially when you're missing Immo as well. Yeah, even before missing Immo, I think it was probably expected. Can we go back to you not knowing what the crocodiles are, though? Like they're crocodile mouths, and they eat the bigger number. And so you know that it means less than or more than. I'll put it in your chat, right? So, 5 is bigger than 4.
Just greater than and less than?
Yeah, but they're crocodile mouths. So you remember which one's which? Because the crocodile mouth is always eating the bigger number.
It's just greater than and less than.
Yeah, but it's crocodile mouths to remember which is which.
Okay. If it helps, it helps.
I don't know why they keep changing math, though. My God. Like, even from back in my day, they've changed math again. Like, you'd think math would just stay the same, but... You learned that too? I'm glad to hear it, mate. Do they do interviews still? It's like really hit or miss if they do interviews, no? Like, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Yeah, I think, it's kind of like, they always ask in the channels. I think it's also really easy to fob them off as well.
Yeah. You know, I might need like an Irony first death counter on these TM games. I'm not trying to bandwagon too hard, but at the same time, I feel like he's dying first a lot.
Aren't I like a decade older than Jamie? Is that true? How old are you now?
You're older than a decade, no? Wait, are you?
How old are you now?
It's 21.
Yeah, I'm like 12 years older than you.
Yeah, it's over a decade. It's a baker's dozen, nearly.
Otherwise known as a dozen. And as we all know, that's one less than a baker's dozen.
Yeah, that's a fair point. That is a fair point. That's a really fair point. I was really hoping you wouldn't. I said it, and I realised how stupid it was. And I was really hoping we'd just ignore it. But here we are, I guess.
He's absolutely the thinker. Guys, I promise you, the original intention of the name wasn't ironic. I promise you, it was legit.
I mean, if you think about it, what I said is objectively correct. It's nearly a baker's dozen.
Yeah.
Any tips for visiting the UK? Oh yeah, sorry. You said you're going Manchester and London. Anything you think someone should do in Manchester or London next, other than leave before you say the funny haha joke?
Museum's good in London. Manchester's a good night out.
Oh yeah, the national. Wait, the National History or the Imperial War Museum in London is quite nice actually. I went there a couple of times as a kid. That place is quite nice, quite good. You can go like the Sky Gardens in London is quite nice as well, from what I understand. You ever do the Sky Gardens? Like you go up.
No.
Like if you get that on a sunny day, it's like you go up and you have like a view over the Thames and shit. There's a cafe and shit there as well, I think.
Some people saying go Piccadilly Gardens from Perplexing.
Yeah, Piccadilly Gardens. That's the thing you could do. Honestly, I've not been in London enough to give good advice. I live so close to London, but I actually have barely been in my life. Although the first time I set foot in London, I was 13. I just had to walk like 5 minutes in London to go from one train station to another. And the moment me and my friend, who was also 13, came up
for a quick chat, which is always an
I got offered
treat
weed
and
for
a
free.
pleasure.
Anyway.
And here he is,
Nice.
Funny Astro, congratulations.
It happened to me loads in
on
San Francisco,
another
like
victory,
multiple times. I'd
on
just be
the
walking down the
board.
street.
Let's
I think,
talk about
and
this
people
one,
just
though.
come and try and like
Obviously,
sell me
Vision
drugs. I'd be like,
Esports
thank
there
you,
with
but
the
no, I'm really okay.
changes. What was the
Appreciate the offer.
preparation like coming into this one with perks and everything in the mix?
Look at this guy, such a happy client.
We didn't really prepare for Vision. To be honest, we have the TU match in 2 days. That's way more important. This match, even if they had their normal tank player, I think we're really confident winning it.
Yeah, I mean, makes sense. I didn't expect you guys to be really like drilling hard. Obviously, knowing that Vision is close to relegation, that Ultimates game is going to be a banger. It's obviously the last one. A lot of it kind of relies on like Peps and Alcatzia, how they perform too. Who do you think is going to be in that 5th, 6th spot? Obviously, you're not going to say yourselves, but who do you think at the end of this week, after perks have been released, like who do you think is going to be down there in the lower bracket?
I think TU's going to be down there, I hope. After we beat them, it should put them down at the bottom, put them in the lower bracket, get them knocked out nice and early. It'd be a nice little present for us.
The smile on your face while saying that.
He's ready to smack
He's
down.
such a happy client.
Circling back to that match, though, Funny Astro, filled with players that you have had the privilege of playing with and against, and I'm kind of wondering if you could maybe give us some insight on where you think they might be struggling. Looks like a roster that on paper would be able to be in some of those like maybe top 3, top 4 teams, haven't really quite lived up to that. So where do you feel like might be going wrong?
I think it's just the start of the year when you're trying to make a new mixed roster with Koreans, putting in new tanks with new players that you've not had before, a new coaching style. Obviously, a lot of us older players, we've been through a lot of coaches. We all have like our own way of playing the game. And then when you swap in new people with different ways of playing, you just sort of need to find a common ground where you can all agree. I think it's going to take a few months for some of these rosters with big names to sort of meld together. But I think they'll get there.
I want to
Well, they
ask
have to.
just one last question.
Yeah.
The Lucio perks, do you think there's like a standard right now, or do you think there's any kind of deviation? Because most people are like, they're taking the Sound Blaster one and they amp it up. So like, what do you think is the Lucio expert?
I'm pretty sure they're the best two. The boop one is just like, it's super fun. You saw on Lijiang, I'm just sending people flying all over the map. It's great. Like, that one's nuts. It's a bit of a no-brainer.
Not this
Major
time,
perk,
Rocky.
I think the Accelerator might have a place if you can get used to it. I've just obviously they've only been out for a week, and it really messes with your muscle memory having like way faster attack speed.
I've heard all these answers from Astro before. Say something new, Daniel.
Quite a lot of changes and mentions.
Plug the X video, Dan. Come on.
For the players as
Just
well.
read the URL, Will.
You know,
Out,
the
will you?
schedules are quite busy as well. Now you have FPL coming up as well. How much do you just see that as an additional scrim time for you?
FPL is going to be great once that fully comes out. We had the tryout earlier. I think it was a couple of days ago, maybe.
That is a fun fact, actually.
And,
that is a fun fact.
I
Yeah,
mean, that's
That's a
going to be
fun
awesome.
fact.
It's not
That's a
quite
good
the same as
stat card, no?
scrims, but Obviously,
Yeah, I
we've
like
been
it. They've been
looking
doing
for
it for a
some,
few of them,
pro
like
plugs
for like the FPL, like
longest
people
time as pro
who are in.
players. Since Overwatch
Oh,
League,
yeah.
we've been begging for pugs.
Bro,
And
when
it's
they
nice
did the
to
pug
finally
thing
have
the
that
other
sort
night,
of
I was
system
actually, you know
with
that
a
Squidward
little bit of
meme?
money in there as an
Like
incentive
looking
to
at
win.
SpongeBob and Patrick out his window.
Playing
really
outside.
exciting.
Wait, are you not invited?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Not
it's
to the
paid
very first one was
practice
just for
time,
Face It
essentially.
Masters teams and
Well,
OWCS
Can't complain
players.
about
yeah, it's
that.
great.
I mean,
it's
it
great.
from the next one,
That's
but for
all
the
it
first
is.
one,
Well,
it was
Yasser,
just
thank you so much for taking the time. We can't wait
For
to
people
see you
asking what
back in
FPL
action
is,
then at the end of the week.
it's
So best
the
of luck
same
in
as
the upcoming
FPL
match.
and CS if you've heard of
Yeah,
that,
that's
but
right.
basically what it is invite-only
Of course,
pugs.
always a pleasure.
So they use the Face It system to generate like a lobby. You get 2 captains who pick their team out of players who are available to play. So basically it's just like a level above ranked, basically.
Yeah, it's actually it's really good as well because what I found, I don't know how long this will stay the case, but right after the FBL time ended, when they all did it, the ranked games for the next like hour or so were really good actually. Yes, Astro, I know that I wasn't invited. Thank you. Congrats on your win.
Quick reminder, mate. Oh wait,
Bastard.
Shockers is asking, did you see they changed the playoffs format? You mean like with the 2 teams starting in lower bracket? Yeah, I feel like I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like I would have rather everyone just starts in upper bracket because we just get more games and there's more chance here. So in theory, the more games you play amongst these top teams, the more deserving teams make it further, etc., you know? I feel it feels really bad if you're in those 5th or 6th teams that you lose one game and it's like playoffs over. So I would have preferred it the other way. It's not really the end of the world, right? Like, because you can also make the same argument that, well, if you wanted not to have only one life, don't come 5th and 6th, you know? You had like 7 games. 7 games to try and get better ones.
Yeah, I like it in the sense that it feels like it's punishing for finishing low, but like also at the same time, like not getting more games kind of sucks, right?
Yeah.
Like,
it makes, Shockwave says it makes regular season more interesting, which is true. Like, these games in this
Yeah.
last week are now higher
yeah,
stake.
they matter, yeah.
But also awkward to change it 3 weeks. I agree with that, right? Like, it's one of those where it's like, if you change it between stages, I don't think anyone really bats an eyelid. But you change it this close, then all of a sudden, it's like, it feels slightly different. All right, I'm going to grab a drink while we get ready for this next game. So you're in charge of both streams, mate.
Oh my god.